burning in neighborhoods.
Or the softball game.
So, bro, here's what I'll just respond with this, man. If you just, bro, ask ChatGPT.
Oh, he doesn't know.
No, I can tell you about the guy that. Allow me to finish. Like, do you see what they're? Why do I have to hold on when I'm fucking talking?
Here's what ChatGPT.
Just let me fucking finish, bro. Let me fucking finish. Let me finish talking. Why are you doing this shit?
You're not telling me.
Okay, you don't even have to ask ChatGPT, bro.
No, guess why?
Allow me to finish. Allow me to finish.
Let him finish, and then you can go. Let him
jumped and shit. Like,
Gorion, don't take forever though.
The fact of the matter is that you cannot dispute, according to the United States government, the FBI, more acts of terrorism, the most common form of political terrorism in the United States is right-wing terrorism. This is a fact according to the FBI based on data today. Do you dispute that fact? That's what I'm asking you.
Yes.
Okay then, so we live on different planets. You're good.
Show us the data.
You're asking me.
I'm reading the data and it says by white supremacists. Okay, so that isn't a right-wing movement. That is a freaking hate group. Okay,
Dude,
they're gonna lump it in there.
Okay, bro.
They're gonna lump it in as a terrorist attack. But let's be real. That's hate.
That's crazy.
Right? So you're gonna lump that in there, and you're gonna ignore all the other. I guarantee.
Corey, I'm not lumping that in there.
That's
literally the FBI.
Yes, and I'm looking at it, and if you continue reading some other sources, they say that they leave out hate crimes, but yet they leave in white supremacy. That's a hate crime.
Well, hate crimes and terrorism are not the same. I would say, like, so for instance, say like
this is what the data says. Do you want me to read it? I can read it to you.
But you just distinguish between
dominated by white supremacists.
Okay, and but what makes something terrorism is if you do it with political intentions. So many white supremacists do have political intentions.
No, wait, hold on. He said, the ChatGPT prompt, did it say political violence and it said white supremacy? Or did you just say most violent?
I think he said terrorism.
Domestic terrorist group.
Right, so for something to be terrorism, you have to have political goals. So like if I just go shoot up old ladies because I'm crazy, that's not terrorism, that's me being crazy. But if I go shoot up black people because I feel like there's too many black people in America voting and they're taking over our democracy and like, you know what I'm saying? Like these are now political reasons that I'm doing this shooting.
No, that's
wrong. So when 9/11,
bro, why are we disagreeing with the data from the FBI?
Because I'm reading. This is a list of things.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
No,
these aren't feelings. You want me to tell you what it says?
Yeah, go ahead and read it, bro. Come on.
On the other hand, and report that political violence in America is driven by a mix of different extremist ideologies, making it difficult to attribute the violence for specific ideologies. So it's not just political. It's ideologies, and an ideology can be anything, right? So when we're going to start lumping things in, we got to look at what they really call, because at that point, an ideology could be somebody trying to influence something and go and shoot it up a school, but they don't know what are they going to label that as. Is that terrorism or is it
like, for example, right? Somebody bombs 9/11, right? The towers, and the motivation is F America, right? People say, hey, that was a terrorist act. White supremacists burning a black person or brown person, that's not a terrorist act. That's just a hate crime.
Right. I think that may escalate to the scale of terrorism, but I'm not an expert on terrorism. But the people
who
are.
said that it has to have a political angle to it, a component.
Bro, here's what's happening right now. I'm telling you as a matter of fact, and you would agree that this is what's reported, Corey, right? According to the FBI, the most common and prevalent form of terrorism in the United States comes from the right. That's what it says.
No, it said white supremacy, not the right.
Hold on, bro. It said, Corey, what did it say?
It blames far right-wing far right, mostly white supremacy. But it's from 1994. From 1994, this goes. So we're going back, 30 years.
So that's,
hold on. How much has changed?
Hold on. All right. So it did say right because you just read something that said pinpointing the actual ideology of
say right, dude. Yes, it is.
They call it according to, and it references one, right-wing extremist terrorism. So they're calling that right-wing extremist terrorism, a significant threat in the United States, with 67 domestic terror incidents since 1994, particularly by white supremacists. Also suggests that right-wing extremists pose the most significant terrorist threat in the United States. So we're literally talking about a hate crime as being a terrorist act now.
No, bro. But so here's the thing: if you commit violence with the intention, if most acts of terrorism are to create terror within the people that you are trying to affect, right? So if say somebody beats up one black dude and calls him the N-word, or you know what I'm saying, that may be maybe the black dude didn't really do anything, and the dude beats him up and calls him the N-word. That would be more of a hate crime, right? Now, an act of terrorism, if I blow up your church, shoot up your grocery store, hang you from a tree and set you on fire, that's to let everybody around know you are not safe here. So then it becomes more than just a hate crime. Now you're trying to inspire terror, right?
Right. So if you owned a Tesla, and you were driving a Tesla just a few months ago, okay, were people burning Teslas and putting people in fear? And not just you, but everybody that drove a Tesla. Were they put in fear? And I want to know, was that the right or the left that would have been attributed with that?
Well, sure, I believe that would come from the left, but the data still indicates that most of it comes from the right. So, you can bring up these instances, but the data still says what the data says.
Okay, the burning of the police precinct in Minnesota, did that come from the left or the right?
Oh, we can play this game when they shot up those black people.
I'm going off the top of my head. The looting of the Target stores.
Why can't we just go with because here's the thing, dude.
I'm looking at the last 12 years because I don't.
But that's what you pay attention to and what you care about.
Yeah.
I could bring up things that you don't know about. I could bring up things that you don't know about, but I feel like that's not gonna prove anything.
But it's kind of weird to use the FBI statistics when you can't pinpoint any of these actual unique crimes. For example, what he just did, he said, hey, there's a leftist crime, the attempted assassination of a presidential candidate. Right?
They just assassinated two Democratic politicians. I can play the game too. There's two dead Democrat politicians. Dead.
So the difference is that you.
So what are we talking about?
Hold on. You guys are doing exactly what's going on with this whole Tyler Robinson thing. You're looking for this dude's voting thing, and the left immediately jumps cover by saying, hey, this guy happens to be a registered Republican. They did the exact same thing with the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. They ran and said the kid was a registered Republican when the kid is a clear lefty.
So this is why I'm not trying to debate individual instances, and I'm just trying to go with the FBI data.
No, you're just trying.
So you want to know, you want to quibble over every single instance of terrorism and try to go through it.
What you just did.
I told him that I don't even want to do that, and then you forcing me to give you examples. Fuck examples, just go with the data.
No, you pointed out the guy in Minnesota.
Okay, bro, then fuck that. Just go with the data. Say he was on the left. I don't give a fuck. He was on the left then, bro. But the data says I'm right.
Take it.
Whatever you want to say, I don't give a fuck. The data says most of it comes from right-wing terrorism. Corey just validated that. Now you want to play semantic games and say that the FBI doesn't know what they're talking about. They're putting shit in the wrong category. Okay, bro. Facts don't care about your feelings.
Okay, we just agreed that a hate crime is definitely not terrorism. Or if we're going to do that, there's more terrorism than.
Why do you sound so hateful, Orion?
It becomes cool, yeah. Anyway, so the fact of the matter is, dude, if we're talking about just the best way to understand what is the case, typically, is just look at the data, because we can all debate an individual instance, and Samoa can do bullshit or whatever. But I'm correct on the data, bro.
Hey, can you
it is what it is.
Can you find an Islamic extremist that ever voted right?
Why are you at? So respectfully, man, I'm not trying to engage in these little instance questions that you're doing.
You don't have to, because we already know the answer, because the voices that have came out have already said you won't find that. Leadership from that side said you won't find that.
Cool.
Okay.
So but here's the thing. They do less terrorism than random ass people on the right in America. Islamic terrorism is not the leading form of terrorism. So you're just bringing up random little incidences of
What would you define as terrorism? What would you define as terrorism?
A targeting of a certain group of people.
Not that he bounced.
My bad, I fell out. But like, here, man. So why don't we just go with what the FBI is defining as terrorism?
Because I think it's a stupid ass comment to say that a hate crime is terrorism because I've lived through a fucking bomb threat. And I'm going to tell you what, they're very different.
Okay, look, so that's so if you would like to disagree.
So it says right here, because the group is designated as a domestic terrorist group, any crimes that come from the group is labeled a terrorist crime. Okay, that makes sense. Because
Bro, that's not even true. So you're saying that if they steal a candy bar, they're calling that terrorism. You said any crime. You just said any crime, bro.
Hold on, bro. It says once a group is designated as a domestic terrorist group, everything falls into that category.
It does not say everything.
Because the collective...
There's no way the FBI said everything falls into that category. That's not what it says.
Bro, are you listening?
Yeah.
If a collective is now designated as a domestic terrorist group, anything that group does...
You're not reading what it says. Like, the words that you're saying change every time you say it. Because like first you said
it for you,
but you know you're trying to make it some bullshit that it's not.
If you say white supremacists or the white supremacy group, far right wing, is a domestic terrorist group, whenever that group does anything towards another group of people, it's terrorism.
Why do you refuse to read what the website says? Are you like you're paraphrasing on purpose so you can make it seem like it doesn't say?
I just read it. It says a group that is labeled a domestic terrorist group, whenever involved in criminal actions, is formed of terrorism. It's a form of terrorism. That's why they're designated that.
You're saying any. So according to the FBI, any criminal action committed by
that group,
a political group. By a designated terrorist group.
Yes.
Bro, what's the website here? Bro, I'm not even about to get into this with you.
Look it up.
Now here, allow me to just respond, bro. Allow me to just respond because here's the fact. Here's the fact of the matter. Right? If I was talking to Ben Shapiro, he would just bring up facts and data, and then if I tried to say, well, the data doesn't mean what the data means, and we can't trust the FBI and blah blah blah, everybody on the right would just say, look, man, facts don't care about your feelings, doc. Right? Is there some conspiracy in the FBI to make it look worse than it is?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And all this other shit. So like here, and then so I'm just saying, bro. The data says what the data says.
And then
You guys allow me to just so like the data says what the data says. You guys are playing games because you don't like what the data says.
No,
and
right.
that's what's happening.
Real quick.
I read it already. I hear what the data says, but do you know what the percentages were? Because I read this earlier, and it was like 57%. So it's 43 to 57, I believe, is what it is. So let's just call it a spade here, and say it's fucking a little closer than we like to pretend it to be. But I'm gonna again say this: I want to know. I'm looking at terrorism as it really impacts us. Did it take buildings down? Did you bomb a school? Did you impact us through your violence? And I want to know, in the last 12 years, what political stance has been made that has impacted us the most? Would it be an assassination of one of the party's leaders? Maybe. You could say he's not a leader, but he changed college campuses. The last election...
They killed 2 Democrats this year. Those are Democratic politicians.
Yeah, that was just the other day, right?
Oh my God, bro.
Wanted to speak.
Yeah,
Just real
They were local politicians. This is on a mainstream level. They went after a leadership.
So I heard Trump wants to designate Antifa as a terrorist group, right? I don't know if that's true, but I bet you if he does, then suddenly the data is going to change overnight, right? So suddenly you're going to go on the FBI website and you're going to be like, oh wow, Antifa has committed a lot of terrorist acts. Because they're going to broaden the term, they're going to label them. And so, I mean, by you constantly saying the data, I get what you're saying. And you may be right now. But I mean, what happens when, a scientist gets hired, right, to say a shoe makes you run faster. And his studies conclude otherwise. They just don't publish that shit and hire someone else. So, I mean, the devil's in the data.
My question to you is, So what you're pointing out is like, if Trump doesn't like the jobs report, he's gonna fire the guy that did the jobs report and start making up shit.
No, I'm just saying that.
So it's like
these
what you're saying,
terms,
but I'm asking you right now,
for instance,
bro.
like,
Allow me to just finish asking the question.
Okay.
It's like, here's the question, right? I'm asking you, do you have any reason to believe that this data has been skewed in such a way that it doesn't reflect reality? Like, do you?
I think all data is always skewed. There's always a bias. It may be a little, it may be a lot, but it's always there.
I understand that. So there's data about global warming, but we can generally say, okay, it's accurate, right? So I'm asking you, do you have reasons to say that this data is so skewed that it is inaccurate?
I have no reasons, but I have suspicions.
Okay, so like, what are we doing?
Especially in a very racial climate that our country has been in for over the past decade, I wouldn't be surprised that if crime data is skewed, specifically like in, let's say, Democrat cities, right? They just don't report any crimes, not any. They don't report a significant amount of crimes. They don't process significant amount of crimes. So the data is skewed. So that's one way to skew the data.
There's certain, but that's not true. I mean, I hear what you're saying. I'm asking you about the particular data that was in question.
I mean, like, the thought I gave you. I'm not.
No, you're good.
An expert.
I'm not trying to
just giving you something to think about. You know.
Understood.
You know.
I guess, but my thing is like too, like when we talk about crime in blue states being underreported, I feel like if we were just going with like the homicide rate. Right?
I bet you rural crimes are underreported in certain areas. You know?
But I guess I'm saying like there's certain crimes that like it's hard to underreport, like homicide, right? It's like if we look at like homicide rate in Louisiana versus California, it's higher in Louisiana, right? It's like I don't know if you can skew the data on like who's being murdered and shit. You know what I'm saying? So like if we really just look at like, I don't know, but this is what the data said. Like the thing about the right is they pretend to give a damn about data. When it's inconvenient, they don't, right? Which is why like, and when they don't want to take global warming seriously, even though the data says we should, like they are the enemies of data. Like if you offer data on any type of subject, they have reasons why it doesn't exist, and it's a conspiracy from the deep state controlled by liberals. You know what I'm saying? So it's like no matter what you say, if you use data, they're just going to be like, we don't count numbers.
Yeah, but the thing about data is, and I work with it all the time, and I just want to make this one really quick point. I lived in Portland, Oregon, right? I'm a centrist. Like, this whole thing that's going on right now is like so polarizing, right? But this could just be a kid. He's like 22 or 23 years old, right? Raised in this like super religious upbringing, and maybe he got corrupted online, right? It's so polarizing. Like maybe it's just some fucked up fucking kid, right? And he decides to shoot Charlie Kirk. Everybody's like projecting all these things. The story keeps changing, right? And I'm not even talking about the guns, right? He's just some confused kid and makes a decision. Like 22-year-olds are just completely fucked up anyway. They don't even know what's going on. So everybody's arguing about the data. Is he leftist, right? Was he corrupted? Was it a religious thing? This Charlie Kirk shit going on, right? Like it's just this monumental like thing. There is a difference between
how did the left react to it?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Is it the left or the fucking right? Right? Like who fucking cares?
Yeah, but how did the left react to it, bro?
Everybody's like,
What?
Like this is, bro, how did the right react to Nancy Pelosi's husband being assaulted, right, with a hammer?
No,
right, jokes and memes. So like, stop, save me the fucking tears.
Projected like a hammer.
Yeah, but he wasn't dead. Yeah, but he wasn't dead.
They literally made memes about George Floyd.
Shit.
But he wasn't dead.
George Floyd was fucking dead. George Floyd died.
No, I'm talking about. Oh my god, this is horrible. It was controversial on how he died.
All this shit happened.
It literally wasn't. It literally wasn't.
Are you there, bro?
It is controversial on how he died, bro. What are you talking about?
You're gonna make everything controversial because you're an idiot.
Let me.
There's an appeal right now.
Some business real quick. Give me like 20 seconds.
Oh yeah, do you think?
Give me 20 seconds, then you guys go back. Hey, Chan, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. How you doing?
So you need to explain one thing to me because I sent you a message a couple weeks ago. What is up with your country? And correct me if I'm wrong, and then we can go back to what they were talking about.
But what is up with the reports that your country is allowing Palestinians to migrate or remigrate to your country? Is that true?
No, it's fake news. It's fake news. We said no. So the Israeli diplomats came to our country about 1 month ago, and they asked us to take 1 million Palestinians. And we said we have a no Muslim policy to the 1 Muslims in our country. And we told them no. And then they said, yeah, they can stay in Gaza.
Sounds good. Appreciate it. That's all I wanted to clarify. That wasn't happening. Go ahead, Simone. You guys go back.
Hey, check, bro.
Yeah, what?
How you been, man?
How you doing, Simone?
The last
We
semester
protect all Christian land, Simone. I'm dead serious about that shit.
100%. I said, look, my father is the Lieutenant General in the South Sudanese Armed Forces, and I called him and I asked him, are we taking Palestinians? He said, absolutely no, we don't want these people. Go ahead, Simone. Sorry to cut you off, bro.
No, I just said was I remember we was in one room and it got a little spicy in the room.
No, it got spicy because you're a smart man, you know. It's true, you know. You only talk to smart people, unless you don't want to talk to other people. If you're stupid, I don't want to talk to you. But you're really good
for Congress, and
I
help
appreciate your
a real
knowledge.
clown named
But,
Terry News.
we disagree with
See
some
what
things,
her
so
right
that's
to
the way
say.
it goes. But King Solomon's question, I respect both you guys, and yeah, that's not happening. Solomon.
Fair enough, because I was pissed when I saw the headlines. I was like, I know this is not true. I know this can't be true.
It's not true. It's not true.
I just wanted to
If it's
clarify.
the BBC reporting, it's not true.
You said it's who what?
If it's the BBC reporting or CNN, it's not true.
I forgot which outlet I heard it from. But I just remember when I saw it, I was like, oh, I gotta talk. They better not be, importing these people.
But the thing is, King Solomon, they did officially ask us.
Yeah.
Yeah, they asked us, and we said no.
Yeah, no, the Israelis need to stop making Palestinians everybody else's problem. If y'all want to exterminate them, just stand on that. Stand on that, become the demons that you are, and then it is what it is. But don't try to import your problems to everybody else, especially Christian countries. Import them to other Muslim countries. There's a billion of them. Go import the Palestinians to every other country you need, bro. So,
Saudi Arabia, Pakistan.
yeah, there's a Libya. There's a bunch of them.
Somalia.
Somalia, right? Take them there. Don't import these people to Christian countries. I'm done with that. These people are fucking retarded.
When I got the headline, bro, I almost got a heart attack. I had to call my dad. And he reassured me that they said no to the Israeli authorities because the Mossad and the ISA and the Israeli government came to them. They were like, yeah, do you want to take 1 million Palestinians? And they're like, no, fuck no, that's not happening. And then it was all reported because it was leaked by Al Jazeera, but it's not true. I can rest assure you that it's not happening.
That's very good to know. It's very good to know.
I believe in deporting all the theocrats.
Well, we believe in deporting you.
Yeah, try it.
Oh, we will. Oh, trust me, we will.
Yeah, I'm with Deonkers.
Yeah, what?
You're getting deported, Necro. You're getting deported.
out of this.
Yeah, try it. The Constitution protects me.
No, it does not.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you an Anglo-Protestant?
Yeah, the Constitution does not.
Are you an Anglo-Protestant?
Yeah, I'm not Anglo-Protestant.
Are you? I just say, are you an Anglo-Protestant?
He's not.
Okay, then you are not
The Constitution protects.
And I'm just letting you know what's coming. You talking about what's now. I'm telling you what's coming. You are not protected. Keep saying this dumb shit. You're gonna be deported right along with all the towel heads. You're gonna get deported right back to Europe, nigga.
Can you read the First Amendment?
What about it? The First Amendment doesn't protect you. Are you Anglo-Protestant? If you're not Anglo-Protestant, the First Amendment does not protect you.
Yeah, you don't know the Constitution.
Yes, I do know the
Oh,
Constitution.
then read the First Amendment.
I did. I have read the First Amendment.
Read it right now.
You know what else is in the Constitution?
No.
We're able to defend our. We're able.
Constitution says.
Necro, we're able to protect ourselves against foreign and domestic enemies, sir.
Yeah, so I'll read the First Amendment since you don't know what it says.
Anyways, like I said,
no
we will protect America.
establishment of
Foreign
Negro
and
talk, bro.
domestic.
That's crazy. You literally just talk over him with every fucking.
Anyways, stop crying.
Negro talk? Damn.
Stop crying.
Yeah, so King doesn't know the Constitution.
Right.
What's up, Eric? Fuck you too, bro. Good to see you, man.
This nigga is straight.
Yeah, Neko, what you got to say, bro?
So
Brother, what you
King
got
doesn't
to
know
say?
the Constitution because he's full of shit and he doesn't.
Yeah, what do you have? What's your bottom line? Quick.
Yeah, so the First Amendment says Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of a religion.
Okay.
So Christianity
I think that's fair.
can't,
Keep reading it. Keep reading.
yeah, we're prohibiting the free exercise.
Oh, you see how he stopped? This why I'm telling you. People like Necro are getting deported. I'm telling y'all. These are domestic enemies.
Your religion.
You niggas are domestic enemies.
I'm
You
gonna
being
show
honest.
Sarah with your
Yeah.
haircut.
You niggas are the only way, because here's the thing.
Negro land? That's
Necro, I'm gonna just be honest with
Did he
you.
land?
That's
Why
okay.
didn't you hear him land?
Stop noise trolling. Stop noise trolling.
Oh, now you're gonna say I'm
Stop
noise trolling
noise
because you
trolling.
want to
Stop
bot
noise
abuse?
trolling. Stop noise trolling.
King doesn't
Stop noise trolling. I'm only gonna ask you one more time to stop
King
noise
doesn't
trolling.
understand the
Bro,
First
you're
Amendment.
bot abusing.
So Necro,
Yeah, King
I'm not-
doesn't understand the First Amendment.
if you keep noise trolling, I'm going to move you down.
Yeah, just fuck you, bro. You're full of shit.
So Necro, I'm gonna just ask you. I know you think I'm full of shit, but that's
You
why
are.
you're getting deported.
Yes, you're more.
So yeah, okay. So answer the
Did
question.
you land in Negro?
So
No, I wasn't because King doesn't.
who said? Did you land? Who said that?
I asked him if he landed. No, because King doesn't want me to.
So
No, what do you have to say? Bottom line. Thank you.
Yeah, do you speak your bullshit?
No, I have a question for him. So Necro.
Bullshit King. So.
Yeah, so Negro. So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, buddy. Because I get it. Like, you've never had pushback, and now you're finding out that you're going to be deported. So my thing to you is, do you believe a country has the right to determine
That's right. You get your
who their
10% off at
citizenry
Home
is? Do you
Depot.
believe that a country has a right?
It's a
to
good
determine?
benefit. Don't knock it till
Yeah,
you
do you
try
think
it.
that Muslims have the right to do what you're doing?
I asked you a specific question. Can you please answer
Have the
it?
right to do what you're doing?
You answer it?
Do you think Muslims have the right to do what you're doing?
To do what?
Do you think Muslims have the right to do what you're doing?
They already do it in their own countries.
No.
Yes, they
your
do.
Country,
Muslims
you
do it
think
in their own
they have the right-
countries. Are you fucking serious?
our airport, because anytime you have to damn do a frigging connecting flight,
Oh,
the
yeah,
mother
it's
frigging
on that.
connection,
It's on that. I had
Listen,
to do one in Chicago.
Linda.
I will never do it again.
they always, the connecting flight is always on the other side of the world, and I always have to do the fucking OJ. Right, I always have to do the OJ Hurts fucking
Me
run
too.
across the fucking side of the other world. I hate that shit. And it is fuck, yeah, it's fuck Chicago, O'Hara. So I just want y'all to know, fuck O'Hara. I do not like O'Hara Airport. That is the one place I
I don't
fucking
like
hate
South
to go through.
Carolina either. Y'all need to do better with your food selection.
Oh, yeah, Charlotte, y'all, they always got fucking construction. Why are y'all always under construction in fucking Charlotte?
They always a work in progress. That's why.
The best
Always under
airport,
construction.
the best airport that I've flown into and out of is my airport, MSP.
Oh, that's all Minneapolis.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's the best
That's
airport
because
I've
it's
been to.
Delta. Yeah, the only reason you saying that because it's Delta.
No,
And it's a big ass hub, and they invested so much money in it. It's actually pretty now.
Denver's
It's actually a really nice one.
By the way, I think it's Delta at LaGuardia, by the way.
It's also Delta
I haven't been
Atlanta.
to
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
That's a
Yeah,
bad
I haven't been
airport.
to LGA yet. Since
Delta
they did the new
is
one.
what do you mean? What do you mean? I thought JetBlue was the hub of JFK
Of
and
JFK.
LaGuardia.
No, JetBlue's the hub in JFK.
I thought, they just go to LaGuardia because I've flown in
Very
I've
rare.
flown in JetBlue LaGuardia as well.
JetBlue had a hub in JFK. Is
Both.
that- Oh,
They have
both? Okay,
both,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know JetBlue too well because I
I
don't
love
fly JetBlue.
JetBlue.
Yeah,
I don't
they got a
fly
good
anything
terminal
but
over there.
JetBlue.
Okay,
I like JetBlue a lot.
Yeah,
No,
it's
that's
yeah.
my airline.
Lisa, you know where I like flying into because it's so fucking easy?
Where?
Burbank. Burbank.
Burbank is the shit. Let me tell you something.
Nice.
I love Burbank. That was my favorite fucking.
God,
It don't get no easier to get in and out.
In and out.
LAX.
Oh,
They got the
so much
smallest
better.
little parking garage. You get right to your
That's
gate.